Welcome to the Future Sense, the channel dedicated to helping everyday people take control of their money and work toward financial freedom. Today's video isn't one of those feel-good talks that toss around big promises, flashy words, and empty motivation. There's no overnight transformation here, no secret shortcut, no miracle formula waiting to save you. This is about leverage. Not the kind Wall Street traders obsess over, but a quieter, more powerful kind. The kind that gives ordinary people room to breathe. The kind that lets you sleep through the night without replaying unpaid bills in your head. The kind that turns constant financial panic into calm, steady control. Picture this for a moment. You open your banking app, and instead of that familiar knot tightening in your stomach, there's nothing. No dread, no racing thoughts, just clarity. Your bills no longer feel like threats. They fade into the background, handled, predictable, almost boring in the best way possible. That version of life isn't reserved for geniuses, trust fund kids, or lottery winners. It isn't about luck, and it's not about grinding yourself into exhaustion. It's about understanding how money actually works, and, more importantly, how you operate around it. Because everything changes when you stop believing the ideas that keep you stuck, start applying the moves most people ignore, and stay consistent long after the excitement of this video fades. Real leverage isn't loud. It isn't flashy. It's quiet, boring, repeatable, and powerful enough to completely change your relationship with money. Most people don't struggle with money because they are careless or unintelligent. They struggle because they are waiting. Waiting to feel ready. Waiting for confidence. Waiting for the perfect plan or the right timing. But money does not arrive while you wait. It responds to movement. Even small movement. Someone who takes imperfect action learns faster than someone who plans for years but never starts. When you begin, even clumsily, feedback appears. You adjust. You improve. That is how clarity is created. At some point, everyone must decide. Are you waiting to be chosen, or are you building something worth choosing? Even the way you speak matters. Saying, "I'm working on improving my finances," leads to different actions than saying, "I'll start someday." Words shape behavior, and behavior shapes results. Many people believe the solution is to work harder or do more things at once. But doing everything often leads to nothing. Trying 5 side hustles, watching dozens of videos, and chasing every opportunity feels productive, but it usually leads to burnout. Focus works differently. Focus compounds. Imagine spending just 1 hour a day on a single skill. 1 hour a day is about 30 hours a month, or 360 hours a year. That's enough time to become very competent at something valuable. Compare that to jumping between tasks and never giving anything enough time to grow. When you cut distractions, less gossip, less scrolling, fewer opinions, you give your effort a chance to turn into results. Progress grows best in quiet, focused work. If your job pays the bills but leaves you tired or stuck, quitting is rarely the answer. Expanding is. Evenings and weekends can be used to build options without risking your stability. For example, 2 hours a night, 3 nights a week, is only 6 hours. Over a month, that's about 24 hours. Over a year, nearly 300 hours. That time can be used to learn skills through free tutorials, build small projects, or test simple ideas. Maybe it's learning basic design, writing, editing, repairs, or online services. These efforts don't need to make money immediately. They only need to show traction. If after 3 months someone is willing to pay you $50 for a small task, that's proof. Momentum grows from there. Spending matters just as much as earning. Living below your means is not about suffering. It's about control. Imagine someone earning $4,000 a month, but spending $3,900. There is no room for mistakes. Now imagine they reduce spending by just $300 a month. That's $3,600 a year. Invested at a modest return, over 10 years, that can grow into tens of thousands of dollars. Every dollar not wasted becomes a worker. It can earn interest, fund education, or create opportunities. This is how money stops feeling fragile. When expenses are lower, stress is lower. Emergencies become problems, not disasters. Willpower alone is unreliable, which is why environment matters more than motivation. If your surroundings make bad choices easy, progress becomes hard. If your phone consumes 3 hours a day, that's over 1,000 hours a year. That time is being spent whether you notice it or not. Adjusting what apps you use, Who you follow and how you spend your time can change your future without requiring more effort. The same applies to people. If the conversations around you focus on complaints instead of building, it becomes normal to stay stuck. Better environments quietly push you forward even on low-energy days. Real-life examples show how small choices add up. One woman tracked her spending for 30 days and noticed she was spending $7 a day on snacks and drinks. That's about $210 a month, or over $2,500 a year. She started preparing food at home and invested the difference. Over several years, those small monthly investments grew into 5 figures. Another person learned phone repair through free videos. With $300 in basic tools, they started charging $60 per repair. Just 5 repairs a week brought in $300. That's over $1,200 a month. What began as curiosity turned into consistent income, then into a small business. No special background, just repetition and patience. All of this works best when the foundation is strong. Emergency savings matter. Even $1,000 set aside can prevent debt during unexpected events. Learning basic money terms, interest rates, fees, contracts, helps you avoid traps that cost people years. Negotiating pay or prices can make a bigger difference than working longer hours. A $2 raise adds over $4,000 a year. And reputation matters more than many people realize. Trust brings referrals, opportunities, and second chances. When people know you are reliable, doors open faster. Wealth doesn't grow from one big decision. It grows from many small ones made consistently. When your foundation is stable, your focus is clear, and your actions are steady, progress becomes easier, and it lasts. At the end of the day, building a stronger financial life isn't about sudden breakthroughs or taking big, risky leaps. It's about small, consistent choices, often made quietly when no one is watching. As Lao Tzu said, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. Progress comes from choosing action over waiting, focus over distraction, and intention over impulse. It's realizing that perfection isn't required. Movement is enough. You don't need to do everything at once. You don't need to see the full path ahead. All you need is to take the next honest step, guard your attention fiercely, and give your effort enough time to grow. When you spend wisely, invest thoughtfully, and design your environment to support your goals, money stops feeling fragile and starts feeling like a tool working for you. True wealth is rarely loud or flashy. It grows quietly, through habits repeated day after day, and decisions that quietly add up. Over time, those small, steady choices create something extraordinary: freedom, stability, and real options in life. Not someday, but starting now, step by step, with patience and purpose, you are building a future worth living. Thank you so much for watching. If this video helped you learn something new, take a moment to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who could use clarity right now. Protect your dollars, invest in yourself, keep growing your skills, and most importantly, take control of your financial future. Remember, small, consistent steps lead to big results. See you in the next video.